My beautiful souls, welcome into a daily read for Monday. I hope you're doing well. You can probably hear it and feel it. I'm feeling quite drained this morning, excuse me, I should say this afternoon, given it's been a bit of a struggle this morning for a multitude of reasons. Last night's serving shift was busy, and customers were just screaming and getting up from the table and screaming at me and other coworkers, the manager. It was just a fun night, okay? But I made some money, so I can't complain. Now, we're beginning our reading for Monday with the Temperance card in reverse and the Ten of Wands in reverse. It feels like you are light in energy. And given the fact that I mentioned that I'm feeling drained today, even though I'm recording this on Sunday, I wouldn't be surprised if you are partially, if not fully, embodying, exuding that kind of energy. But you may be feeling a lack of patience. This may not be something new for you, thinking about the previous day or two, or even a little bit further back, for some drawn to the reading. But it does feel like Spirit's saying, breathe, okay? If you can, if need be, separate yourself from whatever's leaving you in more of an impatient, impatient sort of state of being, to the best of your ability. But it feels like this collective throughout this Monday just needs to catch their breath. This is not going to be a typical Monday where I feel like, traditionally people, view Mondays as a negative, aspects of the week because of the traditional work week and whatnot. But it does feel like one where you're not feeling the most patient once again and just a bit drained. But all the meanwhile, I feel as if in the midst of feeling as if there are certain limitations and I want to say difficulty in your life, imperfections, naturally, you're going to be gaining a bit of clarity. You're going to be feeling as if your mind is both working to your advantage and against you, all right? I know for me individually, the against me part will be part of my spirituality. It has its benefits and its negatives, right? Its pros and its cons, if you will. But it could be your overthinking, it could be your over-analyzing, over-reflecting, overly focusing on what maybe you shouldn't have, or just, focusing on something and then taking it too far. They're saying know where the thin line is and don't cross it. And if you happen to, nobody's perfect, hop on back, right? Realign your focus and adjust your perspective if need be. But I feel like at least part of this clarity is in regards to how things are meant to change moving forward, because I feel as if this day, maybe even surrounding it, definitely highlights and makes you even more super aware of what just isn't working for you, okay? And so Spirit's saying this isn't to frustrate you, it's to even furthermore push you towards this change and prepare you for what lies ahead. Whether you feel prepared for it or not, whether you feel as if you know partially or fully what lies ahead. Some of us drawn to the reading feel quite hidden in the dark. I'm being shown an image of the Two of Swords, but it does feel like you need to fall back into this day and what it involves, and turn this Temperance card in the upright position, knowing that in times, rewinding back, you have entered a day or things affected you, even you affected yourself maybe towards a Temperance card in reverse way of being and feeling, right? Again, a lack of patience, maybe a lack of balance all the meanwhile. And you had to, or you simply chose to, or both, to do what you had to do, knowing what works best for you, or just figuring it out to, again, turn this in the upright and naturally fall back into things. They're saying the Fool card, falling back into things, will lead to more of this temperance in the upright. But the Knight of Pentacles, it does feel like a day where you are moving quite slowly. There's no need to rush, okay? Remembering that divine timing is alive for you. It reminds me of me this morning, or rather early afternoon, wanting to jump on after getting ready and sleeping in to do some readings, and then someone decided in this household to be cooking for several hours, so I wasn't able to. But needing to remember along the way, and even now, that this is the timing I was meant to hop on, not before, okay? But the Six of Wands and the Nine of Pentacles, as I almost said the Knight again, because it feels like you will be receiving results, okay? There's a sense of you needing to remember where your value, your worth lies in the midst of imperfections, okay? I do also feel like this day is not meant to feel heavy once again, going back to the Ten of Wands. I know we kind of spoke upon this mainly when it comes to your energy and way of feeling and whatnot. But they're saying as well, know that this day is meant to feel more so, not vacant per se, but just lacking that heavy feeling once again, to the point where I feel at least certain days we're winding back have felt partially, if not fully, heavy. But something's also affecting your breathing. I'm getting that specifically as I keep kind of losing my breath in this reading. And that may be partially, if not fully, a spiritual effect in a negative sense. But I do feel like you're reaching for the hope. You need to, all right? It's essential, because this day does involve, again, certain imperfections, maybe difficulties, obstacles. And even I feel as if, say, for example, one imperfection is highlighted for whatever reason or reasons, or an obstacle pops up, it very easily and kind of in an annoying way reminds you of what you've dealt with in the past. For somebody, I really feel it's the previous day or two, but it could, of course, be further back once again. And I do sense that this is a time for you to disconnect to the best of your ability the past from what's at hand, okay? And they're saying as well, disconnect the past from your bright future, knowing that, again, things will change and things will get easier and healthier, and more angelic is what I'm getting. There's something about you knowing a little bit about your future, whether it's because you're gaining this clarity throughout this day. It could be, past clarity, clarity that you gained rewinding back, about what lies ahead past this day. And I feel like this needs to be trusted 1000%, because I wouldn't be surprised if, and I even do this, right, as a predictive and very spiritually connected soul, being a tarot reader and whatnot. I wouldn't be surprised if you at times gain clarity, illumination, answers from spirit and from your intuition, even, evidence outside of you that you're experiencing or noticing, and then you question it. Whether it's in that moment, following directly after you receive it, or experience it, or it could be, you believe it, trust it, it's helpful, yes, okay, good. Now I better understand this, at least to an extent, and then further down the line, you then start to question it, okay? I wouldn't be surprised if a little bit of spiritual messing with is taking place for some drawn to the reading. I keep being messed with, while I'm trying to speak. But I do also feel like you need to be thinking about the energy you're giving off, all right? Whether it's for the better and or for the worse. But yeah, the Hierophant, no surprise, it's a day of change, okay? It's a day of contemplation, but don't take that too far once again. They're saying putting these together with these two here, okay, things do need to change, and you know this, at least to an extent, but you need to remember this. So take a deep breath, have an immense amount of patience, bring it on back into your world, reach for that hope, and know that there is victory throughout this period, and more so moving forward. And again, that change for more comfort, peace, ease, and more success, okay? So I hope this was truly helpful. I'm, of course, sending you so much love and light.